I'm Dr. Bev Smallwood, and we welcome you back to the Magnetic Workplaces Show. As you know, we've been doing a series based on my book, This Wasn't Supposed to Happen to Me, 10 Make-or-Break Choices When Life Steals Your Dreams and Rocks Your World. And today we're talking about choice number 2, which is victimhood versus responsibility. You've met those victims in the workplace. You know what they sound like. It's never their fault. They're always looking for someone else to blame. They're those people that complain more than they act. They've always got a complaint, but never any real solutions, and certainly not those that they're supposed to take part in. Somebody else needs to fix it. They also are chronically having pity parties. Poor me, you just don't know what I've been through. Now, let me make a point that there is a difference between having been victimized. We all have those experiences where somebody does something that's really just not fair, and becoming a chronic victim. That mentality of the things we've talked about, complaining more than you act, always ready to blame, and always having pity parties. The alternative to self-pity and to victimhood is to take responsibility. I got a great example of this when I was working in my area right after Hurricane Katrina. I'm in the Deep South, and we had evacuation centers, and I was working as a psychologist in disaster mental health. And as I was there at the centers, I came in contact with people who exemplified both of these positions. I remember one woman that just kept coming up to the desk, and she had a complaint a minute. She'd said, "You gave me a size 7.5 shoe, and I wear a 7. Can't you get anything right?" And then she said, "You know what? We have had chicken 3 days in a row here." Complaint a minute. You can't please someone who has a victim mentality. Now, true enough, she'd been victimized. She had lost maybe most of what she had. But she did not have that attitude of responsibility. And then there was this other couple. I'll never forget them. They too had lost everything they had, but they came to the desk and they said, "We'd like to ask to be able to do something. Would it be okay if we clean those bathrooms once an hour? They're kind of dirty." You see, they had problems, as we all do, but they were looking for what they could do where they were. So right now I want to give you the most important thing I hope you take away from this session, and that's the definition of responsibility. Write this down and remember it. Responsibility is doing all you can with all you have where you are right now. Let me repeat that. Doing all you can with all you have where you are right now. And you know what? That takes out a lot of the complaining. It takes out a lot of waiting for someone else to do it, but gets you moving in action. Let me read to you now the commitment to responsibility that's at the end of chapter 2 in my book. "I choose responsibility. Though I may have been victimized, I refuse to become a victim, wallowing in self-pity. Though I had no control over what happened to me, I choose to exercise control over my thoughts and actions. I do the hard work of changing the habits of negativity, strife, and blame. I realize I can't change someone else, nor does my recovery depend on someone else changing. Therefore, I focus on the resources I have and the actions I can take. I identify small steps that move me ever so slowly along the pathway that leads to the rebuilding of a meaningful life. I search for the blessings among the struggles and determine to be thankful for them. Today, I choose responsibility." Thanks for joining us for this segment of the Magnetic Workplaces Show, and tune in next time when we talk about choice number 3, why versus how, in how to deal with those things that weren't supposed to happen. See you next time.